When someone comes back from a near-death experience or NDE, people expect emotional changes, a calmer outlook, a new appreciation for life, a sense of purpose. But no one expects this. Light bulbs exploding overhead, streetlights flickering off as they walk by, phones dying in their hands, watches stopping, computers crashing when they sit down, and smoke alarms going off at random. It's one of the strangest, most consistent after effects reported by near-death experiencers. They come back electric. Tonight we explore the phenomenon that researchers still can't explain, the way NDE survivors interact with technology as if they're charged with something the rest of us can't see. I'm Candy, and this is Half Haunted Chronicles. The human body already carries electricity. Nerves fire, hearts beat, muscles contract, but experiencers report something different, something external. They don't just feel energy, they broadcast it. Researchers call this electrical sensitivity, but experiencers describe it differently. I short out everything. It's like my energy doesn't match the world anymore. I can feel electronics humming. Lights react to me. I charge rooms the way storms charge the sky. This isn't symbolic or metaphorical. This is physical. And it begins the moment they come back. And here are some of those stories when the body becomes a conductor. The streetlights that followed her. A teacher named Mariah had a near-death experience during a routine surgery. A week later, she noticed something strange on her walk home. Every streetlight she passed turned off. Not flickered, not dimmed, just off. She backtracked and the lights came on, forward, off. It kept happening night after night. One evening, she brought a friend just to prove she wasn't imagining it. The lights behaved the same way. Her friend said it felt like watching the world bow out when she walked by. The phenomenon faded after a year, but the memory stayed. The light on the other side recognizes you. The light on this side remembers you. The man who couldn't wear watches anymore, a stockbroker named Devin, flatlined for 90 seconds after a cardiac arrest. When he returned, his expensive wristwatch stopped working. He replaced the battery and it stopped again. He bought a new watch and it stopped within hours. Digital watches? Well, they froze. A smartwatch glitched, then died. He finally gave up and stopped wearing them. At work, he crashed 3 computers simply by logging in. IT brushed it off until it happened 5 more times. Devin said, "It's like my body runs on frequency technology can't handle. Look, the phone that called by itself." A woman named Alondra had an NDE during childbirth. After returning home, her cell phone began acting strangely. It dialed numbers on its own, always people she was thinking about. It called her mother at the exact moment her mother had a panic attack. It sent blank messages to a friend who needed help. Once, it dialed 911 when Alondra fainted from complications. No one else was around to witness. The paramedics arrived before she woke. I wasn't calling for help. Something was. The static in the hospital room. A retired engineer named Wallace had an NDE after a stroke. During his recovery, nurses noticed that equipment malfunctioned whenever he became emotional. Monitors froze, IV pumps reset, heart rate sensors shut down. Even the overhead lights flickered. One nurse said, "It's like your feelings are hitting the power lines." The hospital ran tests. Everything worked perfectly when he wasn't in the room. Wallace joked that he had brought back a little lightning. But privately, he wondered if something in him had changed frequency. He said, "Electricity listens now, and I can't unteach it." The girl who made the radio speak. A 17-year-old named Harper survived a drowning incident. Afterwards, she started affecting radios, not with static, but with voices. Whenever she felt deep grief or fear, her bedroom radio turned on by itself and played songs that matched her emotional state. Too perfectly to be chance. After her grandfather died, the radio clicked on at 3:03 a.m. and played his favorite song, a track from the old vinyl. No radio station had played that in decades. The station's morning DJ later confirmed they hadn't aired that song in years. Harper said, "The radio doesn't talk, it listens, and sometimes it answers." Here are 3 creepy facts to haunt your day. Many NDE returnees say time feels slower afterward, as if their internal clock no longer matches the physical world. Some survivors describe seeing a past overlaying the present, like multiple timelines bleeding together. A small fraction experience reoccurring flashes of their life review years later, and then the flashes grow stronger moments before major life events. I love this episode because it proves something most people never think about. Near-death experiences don't just affect the mind or soul or emotions, they affect the body, but not in ways medicine can measure. The electric ones, the people who blow out phones, melt watches, short-circuit machines aren't cursed, they're changed. The human body is energy. The consciousness is energy. The other side, whatever it is pure energy. So when experiences return, maybe they come back with a trace of that energy still inside them, too strong, too wild, too bright for the technology we built for ordinary people. And maybe that's the truth. The world runs on one voltage, they run on another, and neither can forget the difference. Tonight, we explored the electrical aftermath of near-death experiences, the physical, measurable disturbances that appear in lives of those who return. But in our next episode, we explore something even deeper. What happens to the experiencer's sense of identity? Who are you after you've died once and lived to tell about it? And why do so many say they never feel like the same person again? Until then, stay curious and always, always stay haunted.